This tutorial will show you how to configure your MultiCamZilla system. To get started, you'll need to have the Blackmagic ATEM control software installed on your Mac, and your ATEM switcher connected to your Mac via Ethernet. You'll then need to install ControllerMate. Download and install ControllerMate using the coupon code supplied with your MultiCamZilla purchase. After that, you'll want to import the supplied program file. Once you've imported the file, be sure to make it active by checking the box next to the enclosing programming group. Now you can connect your USB controller and the MultiCamZilla USB transmitter to any available USB ports. As a quick test, move one of the joysticks on the controller. You should see activity on the transmitter's transmit LED. If you don't see activity the first time you connect, simply save, quit, and relaunch ControllerMate to reinitialize the port. Once the ports are initialized, they are very stable. On your MultiCamZilla pan tilt unit, you'll need to connect the pan tilt cable to the pan tilt unit and also connect the battery. Then connect the LANC plug to your camera and mount the IR emitter to the IR sensor on your camera. Make sure the switch on the back of the pan tilt unit is in the M position. You can leave the switch in the M position, as you will turn off the power to your MultiCamZilla unit by either turning off or disconnecting the external battery. When you select a camera to control, using the camera select buttons on the right side of the controller, you'll see that it also selects the corresponding preview input on the ATEM switcher. By default, the camera select buttons on the controller will select cameras 3 through 6. To access camera 1 or 2, press and hold the select buttons for cameras 3 or 4, and you will see it jump to the camera above. The same is true to access inputs 7 or 8. Simply hold and select the button for cameras 5 and 6, and it will jump to the input below. The camera select buttons correspond to the inputs on the screen as they sit under your thumb. You should disregard the printed numbers on the buttons themselves, as you won't be looking at those numbers while you're running the system. You'll be running by feel while keeping your eyes on the monitor at all times. Once the unit is turned on, you'll want to assign it to the correct camera ID. To do this, use the camera select buttons on the controller to select the input for the camera you want to assign. In this case, we'll assign it to camera 3. Using a paperclip, press the Assign button on the front of the pan tilt unit. The LED will turn blue. Now, simply move either of the joysticks on the controller, and the pan tilt is now assigned to respond to that camera ID. Once you've selected the camera you want to control, you can see it on the preview input of the ATEM switcher, and you can now zoom, focus, pan, and tilt. When your shot is framed the way you want it, you can press the Cut or Dissolve buttons to bring that shot to the program bus. The number of times you tap the Dissolve button will determine the length of the dissolve, 1 second for each tap, up to 4 seconds. There is also a latching zoom feature. Each time you tap the button, the speed will increase slightly. There are 4 speed options for the latching zoom, after which it will return to the slowest speed. The latching zoom will not stop if you select a different camera to control, so you can set up a shot to zoom in or out, take the shot, and then set up a new shot on a different camera while the previous camera is still zooming. This is a great way to create the illusion of more operators when doing a single operator multi-camera shoot. You can start and stop record on the camera by pressing and holding the record button on the controller for 2 seconds. This delay is to prevent you from accidentally starting or stopping record. You can also easily toggle the on-screen menus on and off. To access the menus of supported Canon cameras, press and hold the Up button on the hat switch for 2 seconds. You'll see a menu item become selected on your camera. You can now navigate using the hat switch buttons up, down, left, and right, and the front upper left button on the controller is the Set button.